Our gospel reading today reminds us of the importance of trust in our God, no matter what. Following the miracle of the changing of water to wine in Cana, we learn how shortly afterwards an official there professes his trust in Jesus, and the result is a healing of his very sick son. We like to relate this to the ongoing role of the Lord, not in Cana, but in Peru, a country suffering like many of the others here, including our own throughout the world. And today we celebrate the feast of St. Turibius of Mogrovejo, the remarkable Archbishop of Lima from 1579 to his death this day in 1606. Turibius had established a reputation for piety and good governance in his native Spain when King Philip determined he should clean up the state of the early church in Peru. Already a 40-year-old layperson, and despite his arguments against the idea, within 4 weeks he was given basic preparation, ordained a priest, and then shortly after ordained Archbishop of Lima, then the second largest city in the New World after Mexico City. In his 25 years in Peru, Turibius is said to have baptized and confirmed nearly 500,000, including the first saint of the Americas, whom we have included in the mural at the entrance to church, St. Rose of Lima, as well as Martin de Porres. He was a supporter of the indigenous, an evangelizer, and a creator of marts, including the first seminary in the Americas, where he insisted the students also learn a local indigenous language. His strength of character and holiness of spirit stood out as he encouraged that all act with love in their dealings with each other. Certainly, this was an example of how the Lord writes straight with crooked lines, producing such an individual in far-off Lima from Peru, from Spain, where he hadn't even been ordained a priest. This was recognized by Pope Francis a couple of years ago, in early 2018, when he visited Peru. And while praying at his relics in the cathedral, invoked his memory by describing him as a bishop whose shoes wore out by his walking, spreading the good news. A few decades after his death, a simple member of a Christian brotherhood that had been established painted in their dwelling a mural of Jesus on the cross known as El Señor de los Milagros, the Lord of the Miracles, which we have here in the Angel Chapel. This received its prominence because after 3 terrible earthquakes in following years, it managed to survive intact. The result has been deep devotion to the painting, and this is celebrated each year in October by one of the largest processions in the church. At present, Peru, like so many parts of the world, is hurting because of the coronavirus. Today, let us then pray for an end to this plague and invoke the intercession of St. Turibius as we pray to the Lord of the Miracles.